Echo tries to talk Jinx out of blowing everyone up. He's got this hex tech invention that lets him rewind time by 4 seconds. So every time she sets off the magic core, he rewinds and tries again. He tells her he learned from someone special that no matter how bad things were in the past, it's never too late to start over, especially if it's for someone worth building a future with. Meanwhile, Jace is scrambling. He needs Mel and the Enforcers to buy him time, so he can shut down the hex gates before Viktor gets to them. He knows if Viktor makes it, it's game over. In episode 8, after Jace tried to kill him, Viktor made a deal with Singed and Ambessa. Singed combined Viktor's dying body with the shimmer-infused blood of Warwick Vendor werewolf hybrid, which pushed Viktor into his final form. Ambessa offered him a trade. She'd help him gain more power if he'd power up her soldiers in return. Viktor's goal? Get to the Hexgate core under Piltover. He teamed up with Ambessa and her Noxian forces to make it happen. By episode 9, Ambessa shows up in Piltover with her overpowered army, and things get brutal. Vi, Caitlyn, and the Enforcers put up a solid fight, but it costs a lot of lives. Then the twist. Maddie, who everyone thought was on their side, betrays Caitlyn. She knocks Caitlyn out, and the crew gets captured. Ambessa orders Maddie to kill Caitlyn. Maddie fires a shot, but Mel shows up just in time and takes her out with the same bullet that was meant for Caitlyn. Mel then begs her mom, Ambessa, to stop the bloodshed, saying there is nothing left to gain from it. Before Ambessa can decide, Echo, Jinx, and the Firelights crash the party, teaming up with Piltover to take on Ambessa's forces. Mel and Caitlyn go head-to-head with Ambessa, but she is a beast in battle. Mel uses a medallion from the mage, summoning Black Rose magic that almost kills Ambessa. But when the sorceress moves in for the final blow, Mel saves her mom and gets her back to the fight. In her last moments, Ambessa calls Mel the wolf and dies in her daughter's arms. Elsewhere, Vi and Jinx save each other in the heat of the battle. Jinx tells Vi she's always with her, even when they're far apart. Meanwhile, Jace finds Viktor at the Hexgate. Viktor tries to convince Jace that Hextech is the answer to all their problems, a way to end cruelty and injustice. But Jace fires back, saying people deserve to choose their own fates. Viktor, now possessing insane power, taps into the minds of everyone around him, including Jace. He tells Jace he knows humanity's deepest flaw. Emotion and reason are always at odds. Jace reminds Viktor that he always tried to fix himself, like his leg or his illness. But those flaws made Viktor who he is. There is beauty in imperfection. Then Echo shows up on his hoverboard with the Z-Drive. Using his time rewind tech, he dodges Viktor's soldiers over and over before finally throwing the Z-Drive at Viktor. The hex tech inside the device shatters Viktor's armor, stopping him from absorbing Jace and everyone else. Jace tells Viktor that all he ever wanted was his partner back. Viktor, confused, asks why Jace is still trying after everything he's done. Jace hugs him and says, "Because I promised you." Then we get a big reveal. Viktor was the mage who saved Jace and his mom when Jace was a kid. Jace asks Viktor why he gave him the hex gem in the first place. Viktor explains that he once thought it could end all the world's suffering, but when every equation was solved, all that was left was emptiness, fields of dreamless solitude. There is no price to perfection, Viktor says, only the end of the pursuit. Across all timelines, in every possibility, only Jace had the power to show Viktor this truth. That's why Viktor saved Jace and his mother all those years ago, not just to save Piltover, but to save Viktor for himself. Viktor admits he saw the destruction he would cause, and realized Jace was the only one who could bring clarity to his vision. So in every timeline, in every version of their story, Viktor helped Jace because he knew he'd ultimately need Jace to stop him. Viktor pleads with Jace to leave him, but Jace refuses. He removes the hex gem from his wrist and tells Viktor they'll finish it together. Using the rune that connects them, they banish themselves from Piltover. Back on the battlefield, Warwick attacks Vi. Jinx steps in, knocking Warwick off a ramp, but he grabs her leg as he falls. Vi tries to save Jinx, but the ramp starts to collapse. Jinx, realizing there is no way out, ejects the hexstone from her gloves and lets go of Vi's hand. Jinx tells Vi that she's always with her. She blows up the magic core on the teleport road, seemingly killing herself and Warwick. In the aftermath, Piltover and Zon finally make peace. Even Sevica is part of the council now. Caitlyn looks at a map of the Hexgate system where Jinx fell. holding one of Jinx's destructible monkey gadgets. She smiles while studying the map. She asks Vi if she is still in this fight. Vi answers, "I'm the dirt under your nails. Nothing's gonna clean me out." The series ends with a blimp flying away and the screen flashing with the chaotic effects we see whenever Jinx's psychosis takes over.